Hey, what's up guys? 3 days ago I showed you this level right here made by Bosch. It's the 3-plane, 360 degree self-leveling laser level. And I'm very excited. 3 days later I have another Bosch laser to show you. Here it is. And I want to mention this tool is sent to me by the Home Depot as part of their prospective program. Let's check it out. This is it right here. This is the Bosch laser distance measure, 400 foot. It's a GLM400C. C stands for color. They do make a CL model, and that's a little bit more. I think it's like $50 more or so. I'll put it down below. I have to look it up. That has a camera, so if you're getting a measure, you could actually take a picture with the CL version. So let's turn this on. It boots up really quick, and right away, you have your measurement, 7 feet, 1 inch. And this is very accurate. It is up to 1/16 of an inch, which you can see these calipers right here. Put my hand behind it. That is very minimal. So 400 feet away, 1/16 of an inch. That's awesome. This does have Bluetooth capabilities, and it will pair with the Bosch Measure On app, which is a free app. I recommend you download if you get this. So this will connect to it, and you can take a picture with your phone, and you can transfer the measurements from this to that picture and do it in real time. If you want to learn how to use the app, I do have a Bosch tool review playlist, and in that includes all the Bosch YouTube channel instructions. There's probably like 7 or 8 videos. Very informative. They explain it better than I can, so that will be down below. So in just a moment, I want to show you all the features and benefits of this laser right here, and then we're going to take it outside so I can show you how it works in real life applications. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in, what I'm all about is helping you decide whether or not these tools are right for you, because these are definitely an investment. I believe this is $229. So hopefully by the time you get done watching this video, I'll cover all the topics, and if I don't, please put a question down below. I'll be happy to respond. Let's get started. This is it right here. This is another one. I reviewed this one right here. This is a GLM400C. So this has a lot of the same features. So if I left something out, you can probably check this video out right here. This goes up to 165 feet. This one's really small and portable. But this one is not meant for outside like this one is. That's the cool thing about this right here. So it's really pretty easy. These are all the buttons right here. It does have this handy little side button, so if you push that, if it's hard to push the top, you can push that side button to get your measurement. So that function button, that's kind of like the home button. You always go to that if you need to. This does have a cool little feature right here. This is a little flip out. So in case you have to get into like some type of crevice, it automatically takes the measurement from the end of that right there. And that just folds up like that. So let me just show you, let me make sure, I want to make sure you don't have any glare here. So I'm going to show you how it works. That's the function button. That's like the home button. So you can go between these different things: length, area, volume, indirect measurement, wall area, stakeout, level, continuous measurement. So let me just show you real quick the level. That's pretty cool. So to choose that, you hit that middle button function. So this is kind of cool right here. So if you want to see if something's right there, if you can lay it flat, get that ball in the center to turn green. I have a hydraulic lift, and we use these right here for the leveling legs. It has a built-on bubble level like that. Or you can turn it that way. So right here, to get it perfectly level, it would be right on 0. And then you want to see if something is perfectly plumb and 90 degrees, you can do that. If you want to get into the other settings of this, you can go through and toggle. It's like a wheel that goes around. Bluetooth. So here's a reference level, so you can measure from the back of it. You can do it from the pin, you can do it from the front, or from the center of the tripod. There's a tripod mount right there. And then if you want to do a timer, if you can't do it right away, you want to wait like 5 seconds before it takes the measurement, you can do that. If you want to do a permanent laser where it just stays on permanent, you can do that. You can calibrate it, and then this is how you calibrate, doing a tilt calibration. You can do a viewfinder calibration, and under tool settings, there are other menus. So as you can see, they're very simple menus to work with right here. So this right here is pretty simple. If you want to not see that, you can just take that off right there. But then if you want to see it, that turns the screen on and off. So it's not a real high resolution screen. It's probably, I don't know, I'd say 360 to, what's the next one, 480, something like that. So it's not like high definition like 720 or 1080, but it's definitely good enough where you can see what you're doing. Then if you want to zoom in, this is my garage door right here. So you see that bracket right there, you can just keep zooming in. When the closer you get, then there's a condition with the lighting. But you just keep pushing that button and it toggles through. That's about it. So I think we're about ready to go outside and use this. So one of my more recent projects, this is the survey right here. So a lot of times we have some setback requirements, and that means that's how far the house has a setback off the right-of-way or the property line. So sometimes if it's really close, like on a really tight city lot where we're putting like right at like 15 feet or whatever the setback is, then I'll hire a surveyor to come in and put it precisely. But when I'm out in the country and we have a lot of open land and I'm going to be, let's say, like 60 feet off the property line, then if there's like a little wiggle room, then doing it yourself as a home builder, I see no problem with that. The majority of the homes that I've built have been out in the country on at least a couple acres. So when you're doing all that walking around, it's handy to have something like this. And the other cool thing, as I mentioned, it does have that level. So if you want to see what kind of grade you have, if I'm doing my initial walkthrough of the property, I want to see if there's enough fall to have a walkout basement, you can do that with this right here. So that's another cool thing. So I think now we're ready to go outside, and I'll simulate how I put the stakes down on some property. We're going to go outside for about a minute. I apologize for the wind. I do have a nice wind muff on my camera, but unfortunately I think it's so windy that you're going to hear some rustling noises, but that's only for about another minute. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you my perspective as a builder where this outdoor measuring device will come in handy. Let's say we're staking out a house and we're going to simulate the property line. Let's say the side setbacks have to be 50 feet off, so we're going to go 60 feet from the fence on the side, and then the back we're going to go, it has to be at least 100 feet off the back of the property, the setback requirements, so we'll do like 120. So let's go to the fence first. If you can see it right there, there's a fence right along the tree line, so we're going to get 60 feet for our side setbacks. If it's dark enough, you can see the dot on the tree, but we're going to rely on this right here. And I'm going to have to use the zoom in feature to go on that skinny tree right there. 60 feet from that. 58. 59. Right there is 60. That's right on it. Okay, 60 feet, 11 inches. So what I'll do is I'll put a stake right there. And now we're going to simulate the back of the property where the grass meets the weeds, and we're going to be 100 feet from there. Okay, so now we have that little red dot right here. Let's put it right in that white snow right there. We zoom in a few times. 97.06, right in the white snow. So let's back up. Alright, so there we have a measurement, 106 feet. So it's cool when you capture it, it freezes like a camera right there, that picture right there, so you can see exactly where that green dot is, where it's measuring at. This is much easier than having to grab a tape measure or a rolling wheel. In my videos, I always like to look at the box because there's always some key information on there where they say it better than I can say it. So let's take a quick look at some of the items to mention. All right, digital viewfinder, color flip display, has the magnification. It does have real-time measuring. So this is IP54, so it's dust and water protection. So it's not something you can take underwater with you, but if it starts sprinkling outside or raining, you don't have to freak out that it's gonna melt this thing. And then it has memory. I think it stores up to 50 different measurements, which is really cool. So as I mentioned, range 400 feet, The weight of this is 0.46 pounds. It's pretty lightweight. So you can go on the App Store or Google Play, get the Bosch Measure On app for free. And it takes 3 AA batteries. It has 1 wrist strap, which is really handy in case you're up high. You don't want to lose this thing. And it has the sturdy pouch, as I mentioned. All right, and in the instruction manual, there's the warranty. So it's 1 year from the date of purchase, but if you register the product within 8 weeks of the date of purchase, they will give you extended warranty of 2 years. Very cool. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the Bosch 400-foot outdoor laser level. If you find this video interesting and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.